I was so excited. I don't know why. I was so overwhelmed.
There you go.
We'll call the special council meeting of June 4th, 2025 to order. Will you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? Will you please call roll?
Madden. Foster.
Here.
Allner. Bilski.
Here.
Vincent.
Here.
Silver.
Here. Motion to approve the special council meeting minutes of May 7th, 2025.
So moved.
Second? Any questions or comments on them?
Madden.
Yes.
Foster. Perry. Yes. Allner. Bilski.
Abstain.
Vincent.
Yes.
Silver.
Yes. Is there a motion to approve the council meeting minutes of May 14th, 2025?
I'll make that motion.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
Yeah, and I'm sorry, usually I try and catch this in advance. It's just been a crazy week. Burroughs, there was just a correction on the spelling. It's Burroughs instead of Burrow. Just, yeah. And then it says, in one of my comments, it says, wishing the best to Veterans Day. It was to the veterans. Just eliminate the day. That was it. Just two little things. Thank you. Sorry to get you sooner.
Anna, please call roll.
Madden.
Yes.
Foster. Perry.
Yes.
Allner.
Yes.
Bilski.
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Silver.
Yes. Is there a motion to declare a 2007 Graco Laserliner 4 3900 paint sprayer as surplus to be disposed of at the mayor's discretion?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
We purchased, We purchased a replacement striper back in April, so this is just housekeeping and getting rid of and disposing this unit.
For the road.
When all our crosswalks, our arrows onlys, our dividing lines, all the long lines are done by contract. All our long lines, meaning the center lanes and side lines, are all done by contractor.
I just want to thank you. Brainerd is beautiful. It's so smooth and clear, and I know it's a little different than what we're talking about here, but I just want to say
Got to
thanks.
finish up. They should be striping that road, I believe, next week, and they'll be doing the setting of the berms and finishing up, and we'll have something to do in-house with the storm sewer, some inlet work.
Comments?
Madden. Foster. Perry. Allner.
Yes.
Bilski.
Yes.
Silver.
Yes.
Vincent.
Yes.
Sorry, forgot.
Motion to approve the purchase of a 2025 Ford Interceptor from Montrose Ford for a total amount not to exceed $49,830, which is part of the state bid.
Make a motion.
Thank you. Is there a second? Callahan, is this you or?
This is just to replace a vehicle. We had an unfortunate incident where, with the May rains, we had a vehicle caught in a flash flood. So after the insurance payout and everything, I believe Dana has all the correct numbers, but there's just a small amount that needs to be cost to the village. And that amount is for the upfitting of the vehicle and the striping. So everything was able to be salvaged internally from the vehicle. However, just the engine got flooded, so the insurance company totaled it out.
So the amount here will be covered by the insurance then?
The vast majority of it, yes.
Yeah, we have a deductible that we have to pay,
Yes, we do.
3,800?
Again, the finance administrator has all the numbers. I'm not sure, but I think total cost of the village is around $7,000 after everything's said and done.
Any questions or comments on this?
Is this preventable if these cars were garaged, or, I mean,
Sorry?
is it preventable if this kind of incidents if the car were garaged?
No, This happened up on 422, and the roads were completely flooded. It got caught in a flash flood, so,
It was responding to assistance for the flooding, right?
or yes, and unfortunately, we got caught in it as well.
In water and
It did. Total engine,
good.
it did, yep.
Right, Anna, can you please call roll?
Madden. Yes. Foster.
Yes.
Perry.
Yes.
Allner.
Yes.
Bilski.
Yes.
Vincent. Silver.
Yes. Any audience comments relating to agenda items? Looks like none. Moving on, old business, ordinance 2025-15, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter an agreement with the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District and declaring an emergency. This is on for second reading. Anything further to add to this one than we discussed last time, Mayor? Any questions or comments from anyone? We'll vote on this next week. Moving on, new business, ordinance 2025-17, an ordinance to adopt the solid waste management plan for the Cuyahoga County Solid Waste Management District. Is this you, Bob, or the mayor? Or?
This happens about every 5 years. By state law, county is required to do a solid waste management plan. This plan here is for 2026 to 2040. It's required by 60% of the municipalities within Cuyahoga County to ratify, and that has to be done by August. Simply put, it's a waste management plan for Cuyahoga County of how to meet the requirements by the EPA to landfill reduction, recycling programs, stuff like that. This plan, I believe everybody got sort of a little rundown sheet. I think it explains it pretty well in detail. You know, there's a $2 fee that was passed on. It's a second time with this plan, and that covers the things that the village is involved with, such as the computer recycling, the tire collection, the hazmat or the hazardous waste collection, number of things along with grants for our recycle calendar, stuff like that. That fee is not changing this plan. It'll stay that $2 fee. They intend to actually trying to enhance some programs, which they're still looking at. But that's pretty much it. I would highly encourage that we look at this. If this doesn't get passed and doesn't get ratified, what happens in the state, the EPA would come in and they would develop the plan for Cuyahoga County, and all the municipalities would have to follow suit. I think they've been a great partner with all the communities that they serve, and they do a great job. So I would ask for council to consider this, you know, following suit and, you know, helping the county ratify this.
Any reason to suspend the rules on this, or can it wait till next
It
month?
needs to be done by August, so we can do the 3 reading.
One of the things we need to do is if we go into July, we'd have to put an emergency clause on it so that it would be in effect before the date.
The 30-day wait period.
They've previously sent this to us earlier in the year, and we've done it without an emergency clause because we had plenty of time. So if you suspend the rules, you can pass it as is, or if you pass it next week, that works too, because it'll be effective and we can send it to them in July after 30 days. Or
I forgot about the 30-day period.
the clause on there, and you can
Why don't you just do that? Why don't you just, make it an emergency and we'll do the 3 readings?
Question. Does this conflict with our contract with Kimball in our recycling?
No, none whatsoever.
How do the two of those interact? Is there any connection there?
They hit
Not if we don't meet on the same.
Kimball charges that $2 fee
Okay.
is actually built into the contract because that's something that's required by them, and that's what helps Kimball comply with the waste management plan that the county does. So,
There's a connection.
you know, and that's typically looking for waste reduction. They have to be able to, you know, can't get into full detail of what the capacity issues are, but they have to foresee certain capacity issues for landfill within the state of Ohio. So they look at all that stuff. So essentially, Kimball, yes, would have to comply with the solid waste plan.
Yeah.
And what this solid waste plan also does is trying to make a little uniformity between all the municipalities, because one of the problems that they were finding is this municipality is doing this one's doing that. Totally understandable, because you have the players, obviously Waste Management, Rumpke, Republic, Kimball.
Right.
You know, and some may take something that the other one doesn't, but for the most part, they try and collectively work as one plan, you know, multiple haulers, and achieve what the goals are for, you know, the EPA plan and their, you know, the county.
Out of curiosity, is there often dialogue between you or us or the village and Kimball about the, you know, pickups, or on a weekly basis or monthly basis? Do they let you know, hey, you know, we've been seeing more of this, it's a problem? Can you like send a message out, or?
We are in contact, Anna for the most part. I'm tagged on a lot of it, but, you know, we get a report of recycling, of what all the breakdown is. We get a report of what, you know, the tonnage for our standard waste going to the landfill, our recycling. If there's issues, we try and give, you know, if there's issues that miss trash and stuff, we send those. And they also, will give them early warning to try and, you know, for instance, if a resident's putting out, you know, a little larger quantity of mattresses or something, we try and let them know as well, so.
Do those reports come on like a monthly basis, weekly?
They're more like on monthly, I think. For the recycling breakdown, that's a, yeah,
Monthly.
that's a monthly report and
Okay. Just curious. Thank you.
detail.
Garbage day is a very big deal in my house. It's like that's the highlight. Monday morning, and the kids are lined up at the window ready to go.
Quotables, right?
It's, thank you.
I don't see a reason why we couldn't suspend next week, but the deadline does say August 10th, which still would be close, but it'd be 30 days from the second meeting in July, even if we don't have the meeting on the second.
Yeah, but you'd want to process.
We'll just,
Close, yeah, it's close.
we'll just put an emergency clause in there. There's no reason not to. Okay, thank you. Any audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village?
There's a sign-in sheet over there. You could do it after.
Good evening, my name is Chad Loftus, and I'm 4231 Handy Road. My wife and I moved to Louisville 20 years ago. Population of the village was about 2,500. If I check on the most recent census estimate, this population today is about 3,500, or about a 40% increase. With the current housing development either underway or in kind of planning stage, I think it's safe to say that the village will surpass 4,000 in the very near future, or a 60% increase since 2006. This rate of rapid growth should raise concerns.
Mr. Loftus, is the mic on there? Can
The
you just make
mic's
sure the
on.
mic is on?
It's
It's on the
on.
back of it.
There, yeah, it's on the back. I don't leave it on because the batteries will die. Sorry.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Do you want to start over?
No, I think that's fine.
Okay, good.
About that.
Okay, an article in the Sunday Plain Dealer tells an interesting story of another community, North Ridgeville, that experienced rapid growth and the unintended consequences that followed. I'll provide a copy of that article to Anna if you would like. According to the article, the city of North Ridgeville has grown by 68% since 2000. While the growth was happening, the finances were fine. Now that the growth has slowed, they are finding that the costs remain, but the revenues are falling short of the city's needs. That raises questions of what services are sacrificed in order to maintain the public safety. Currently, Orange Village enjoys a tremendous level of excellent services. I'd like to give two recent examples, within the last week. A few days ago, a new neighbor came to Anna requesting leaf compost delivery. Within an hour, that was delivered to her house. Well, Bob wasn't doing it, but it was a good job.
Bob, stay off.
The second example I'd give is my wife and I were walking our dog, a usual exercise in the evening. We came across a gentleman coming against us, and he stopped us, and he said, I live in Moreland Hills. And he said, I didn't realize what a beautiful park you have and these wonderful trails. And I just wish that we had something like this in Moreland Hills. These are the types of services that make this a special place. So, and it's not just Bob. Our fire, our police, Anna, all do wonderful jobs. However, we are already seeing strain that are being caused by the unbridled growth that we're experiencing. Our police department is currently wedged into a space designed for a much smaller force. Our fire and EMS are constantly called to the Pinecrest area. This has raised the issue of building a new fire station on Harvard near that development. And these are just two examples of new costs forced on the village by recent developments. Growth is not necessarily a bad thing, but as village council, you should start considering what other costs or new investments are needed to meet the challenges of the future and what type of community we want to be. Do we want to be Orange Village, or do we want to be Orange County, California? Final note, in the North Ridgeville article, as it closes with an interesting discussion of communication between the residents and the elected officials. I have testified many times before this body and have experienced the frustration of having my suggestions ignored. I've also watched as projects are advertised as one thing, then after the voters give approval to a charter amendment, the project magically changes to whatever the charter revision allows. If you want your constituents to continue trusting you as an elected officials, then please mean what you say and stick with it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Loftus. Any other comments? All right, Mayor Klein.
Right, get comfortable, because I have a long list of things to cover this evening. First of all, I'd like to inform residents that we received a public records request for resident database, as well as the emails from our electronic newsletter mailing list. The Ohio Supreme Court recently held that communities that have collected email lists must divulge those lists as public records to anyone who requests those emails. The village did comply with the request as per the court's order. Please understand that a solicitation to you via email from someone who has obtained your email from us is not an endorsement by the village. We understand that some people would like to have their names removed from some of those lists and fully understand it and accept it. Therefore, we have added the e-news, which comes out every other Tuesday, to our website under News, and then click on e-news and newsletters. We want to make sure our residents are able to view information from their community without having their information released.
I know the same thing happened in Pepper Pike, too.
Yeah, that was just released.
Yeah, and I'm guessing whoever requested it probably went around to many communities in the area to do.
Actually, I was wondering, are we allowed to know? Are you allowed to release who requested it?
It's been made public.
That's already been divulged as to who has.
He's asking the person that requested.
Yes, it's been made public.
It has? Well,
I didn't see that.
I got a public records request for that. I just haven't had a chance to get to it. It's also a public records request.
So, please to be aware that the village is very concerned about this and are taking every measure and step that we can legally in order to protect our community from unnecessary correspondence via email. Next, June is filled with a great number of events, and I'll try to enumerate all of them. First of all, coming up is Juneteenth. As a part of the Juneteenth events on June 19th, coordinated by the Arts and Culture Committee, we'll have an art exhibition here in Village Hall in the Woodell Room, and a gallery talk with works by local resident artist Louis Burrows. That will take place on June 19th at 7 p.m. here at Village Hall. Children's Story Time will be held on Saturday, June 21st at 2 p.m. at the Gazebo. Resident and author Darlene Johnson Cargill will provide readings from her children's books. Also note, Village Hall offices will be closed on Thursday, June 19th in observance of that holiday. June 14th is Flag Day, so if you have a flag, please wave it proudly. Music at the Amphitheater. On June 24th, we will have a concert beginning at 6 p.m. featuring Rubber Soul, a Beatles tribute band who performed last year and was greatly appreciated. Our community-wide garage sale will be Saturday and Sunday, June 28th and 29th. Please sign up prior to June 16th to be included. Save the date. The Party in the Park is Saturday, July 26th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. and ending with the fabulous drone show at approximately 9:45 p.m. The Community Farmers Market and Artisan Markets will be held on both June 14th and June 28th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Service Department lot. So please take advantage of all these great opportunities for community and to get outside. Recycling opportunities. Friday, June 6th from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. we will be collecting computers, flags, and household hazardous waste at the Service Department. Friday, June 13th from 9 a.m. until noon, we will have paper shredding at the Service Department until their truck is full. There is a 5 paper bag limit. Branch shipping will be on Monday, June 16th. Please place your branches out prior to 7 a.m. Next, there'll be a public hearing on June 11th at 7 p.m. concerning Ordinance 2025-11. Orange Police Department offers a voluntary registry program for residents with special needs to assist the departments in response to calls for service. You can sign up on your website from the Police Department page. The July 4th holiday will be here before we know it. I want to remind everyone the discharge, ignition, and explosion of fireworks is illegal in Orange Village at all times. We will post this both in our e-news and via Code Red. I'd like to congratulate all of our graduates in Orange Village, both those who graduated from the high school, from Orange High School, and those graduating from colleges. So project updates. And to Mr. Loftus's point, the village is pursuing renovation of the Village Hall and a potential new fire station. To this end, we have enlisted architects to be considered to develop designs and budgets to facilitate the potential financing of these projects. We hope to select an architect or architects within the next few weeks to be able to advance the projects. Miles Road water line proposed for this year, hopefully, is under review by the engineering departments, and hopefully will get approval and be able to begin the actual construction. Just a couple other projects that we've talked to people. Miles Brainerd development, we've had some really productive meetings with the local owners of those businesses about the potential for redeveloping those sites and making a true gateway element to Orange Village. We've also had a recent meeting with several groups involved in the renovation and redevelopment of the former Baptist school on Emory Road that would include both private, public, and faith-based partners. I've also reached out to the owners of one of the Emory Road properties to see if we can be able to slightly expand the garden going to the east. And I'm awaiting they're designing their septic system, and once they know what that will be, they'll be able to talk to us further. That concludes my remarks. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. The only thing I have is that the Centennial Committee is looking for someone to chair that committee. The people that signed up to do it had to step away for some personal family reasons, I think. So if anyone is interested in chairing that committee, please reach out to me. Moving on to comments by council members. Mr. Madden?
I attended a meeting last Thursday, a seminar. It was put on jointly by NOPEC and ICMA, which is the International City County Management Association. It's about a Soul Smart program, which is a kind of a national designation, a certification program, helping communities streamline their processes to get for review and approval of solar installations. There's been quite a jump in solar installations really throughout the country. There's part of that as a result of just increased production here in the U.S. It's tripled in the last several years, including companies in Ohio. So what they provide is templates and reviews of policies so that can be to help streamline our process. And they have a program starting in July with a number of communities in Northeast Ohio to sign up and become bronze certified in the Soul Smart program by October of this year. It doesn't seem to cost money, but it would, of course, take some time for review policies and that sort of thing. So I hadn't had a chance to talk to about this. It's just that's what the meeting was. So.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Foster?
No comments.
Great. Mrs. Perry?
The garden's off to a great start this year. I was up there this week, and most of the plants are planted, and it's looking great. Everybody's doing well. And Parks and Rec Committee is going along and doing its process. Hopefully, we'll have a budget to you, Mayor, by the end of the month.
Ms. Olner?
Thanks. On Sunday, the Orange High School class of 2025 graduated in a beautiful ceremony at Playhouse Square, and I just wanted to say that the administrators and staff who organized and put on the ceremony just did an amazing job. A resident has asked for us to please provide an update on the land between the Orange Villa property and the Stonebrook property, formerly Blank Land, and the Romano Landscaping property on Miles Road, to find out what, if any, plans for development are in the works. Are you able to give any update, Mr. Mayor?
At this point, there's nothing on the books. Now, the piece between Orange Hill and Stonebrook is actually Orange, that's Orange property. So that's not going to be developed.
She meant between villas.
The property and the Romano property that are between Stonebrook and the villas can be developed, but there are a number of hurdles that have to be cleared before anybody can do anything, and there have been some people investigating it, but nothing has been brought to the village.
Thank you. The Kiwanis Rummage Sale is coming up in July, every Saturday in June from 10 to 1, and every Monday night from 7 to 9. People can drop off donations at the barns behind the school tennis courts. The money earned from the sale directly benefits the students in our community, with sponsorship of various clubs at the schools and activities for the schools, as well as scholarships for graduating seniors. So I would encourage people to donate anything that you don't need that's saleable, or if you have, if you're participating in the community garage sale and you have good stuff that doesn't sell, then bring it on over to the rummage sale. But it's, you know, good, usable, saleable stuff. Regarding the police department's establishment of a registry of people with special needs, which I thought sounded like a great idea, someone did raise the concern about whether that information can then be FOIA requested and released to others. And I wanted to ask that question.
Yeah, that it's not actually HIPAA, because it's applicable. It is a medical record under the Ohio Public Records Act, which means it does not get disclosed. It is used in the process of treating someone, which is definitionally a medical record. So a request for that would be denied because it's accepted by the statute from the definition of a public record.
Thank you for that information and answer, and I'll pass that back along.
Question.
I actually had no idea it would be covered by HIPAA, but that's good. That's great. Yeah, as I said, I mean, to me, it sounds like, I think there's good intentions behind it, and I thought it sounded like a great idea, but then someone raised the question, and I didn't know the answer. So that's great. So I hope everybody has a great June, and a happy Father's Day that's coming up to the fathers in our village, and that's it for me.
Thank you. Mr. Bilski.
Judd provide some of the updates on in terms of the conversations we've been having on the economic development side. We have not yet scheduled the next economic development meeting, but that will be forthcoming here shortly. Active Orange coming up this Saturday, first and third Saturday of the month at the Gazebo from 2 to 3 or 3:30 or whenever you get tired. But just as a reminder, this is just a nice informal, casual gathering of folks. You know, my vision again was to kind of started out as maybe a walking club, and you know, meet community members, peers, friends throughout the community who maybe have similar interests from a physical aspect, and maybe you could partner on other types of workouts or whatever it may be, or discuss anything under the sun. So again, look forward to hopefully seeing some more folks this weekend at the Gazebo.
Thank you and good evening. I have a question to start off. I saw that the speed signs are now up, but do they need to be calibrated? Because I noticed that today as well, yes. I was going 23 and they said slow down, and I was like, I can't, I'd be going backwards. Okay. So I just wanted to make sure that was taken care of. Thank you. And also, speaking of signs, I just want to thank Anna for being so great about updating the sign out here with all of our committee meetings and the congratulatory notes to the schools and graduates and everything. So thank you for that. I'm also sending out a huge congratulatory message to all of our Orange Village graduates, whether high school, Orange High School, or any of the surrounding private schools or colleges, or even the preschoolers crossing over to kindergarten. We hope that everyone will continue to go out and do great things and then come back home to Orange Village. Congratulations to all. I'll keep my Orange Schools report very short. I just want to say that retired Lieutenant Colonel Mary Lou Smullen did an outstanding job as the commencement speaker. She is an OHS alum, and also her brother is Mike, who worked for our Orange Village Maintenance Department for about 30 years and retired, I think, about 9 years ago. So congratulations to her and him as well. I also want to congratulate our boys tennis team for winning the state championship, and yes, with many of the teammates hailing from Orange Village. Classes end tomorrow for all Orange School students. The school board next meets on Monday, June 9th. On a crossover note between the schools and arts and culture, the first Orange Community Art Fest will be held on August 16th from 10 to 2. The event is being hosted by the Orange Art Center and will be a free, family-friendly celebration of creativity, community, and culture. The event will include live art making, local vendors, entertainment, local food, and an exhibition of the first emerging artist in residence. I have cards to share. I will leave some with Anna too, but if you'd like to take one, please save the date. Our Arts and Culture Committee meets tomorrow night, June 5th, here at Village Hall. All are welcome. If you've never been to a meeting before, we welcome you. We will be discussing the upcoming events, including the Markets Concert Series and Juneteenth event, which the mayor already talked a little bit about. But speaking of the Juneteenth event, I want to say that I feel blessed to live in a community with such wonderful racial and ethnic diversity. Juneteenth marks an important day in our nation's history as it marks the end of slavery in the United States. Celebrating that historical significance here in Orange helps us foster greater understanding, compassion, and unity as we honor the vibrant cultural contributions of African Americans right in our own neighborhood. I hope many Orange residents will join us for the Thursday and Saturday events to help us embrace a commitment to explore the rich heritage of African American culture that we are lucky to experience through Mr. Burroughs' tremendous artistry and Miss Johnson Cargill's wonderful children's stories. With regard to the markets, I still need to hear from a few committees regarding which dates they would like to host a table. The first official summer market is coming up on June 14th, as was mentioned, which is Flag Day, and I want to thank Mr. Foster and the Veterans Committee who will be hosting that one. Orange Cares is taking August 9th, and the Centennial Committee is taking September 27th. We still have June 28th, July 12th, August 23rd, and September 13th open for finance, parks and rec, sustainability, and perhaps maybe an administration mayor hosting one. Just a thought. I also want to thank the mayor for his involvement in the Juneteenth activities. I appreciate all the help you've given on that. Please, committees, if you haven't let me know yet, let me know so we can finalize our summer plans, and maybe I can even announce it tomorrow night. Thank you. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. I will make a motion to adjourn to executive session for the purpose of considering the purchase or disposition of real estate. Is my mic working? All right. I will make that motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Anna?
Madden? Foster? Perry? Palmer?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Vincent?
Yes.
Silver?
Yes. We will not be voting on anything after we reconvene.
Moving these with you per the Art Center.